Morning, guys, and welcome back to I Like Watches. I've just realised I'm not going to be able to do my fake baseball bat swing anymore, am I? Can you tell something's changed? I had a very exciting day yesterday. A couple of watches arrived, a Helm, as you can see, and a watch from a viewer. Glyn has created a brand. It's called Sherwood, and he has sent me one of his first prototypes to take a look at. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to showing you that in the next couple of days. But today I'm going to be showing you the Helm. Now, I haven't featured a Helm on this channel. This is quite confronting, by the way. I'm recording, before I get going actually on the Helm, I'm recording here. And I'm also recording here because I'm curious to know the difference. I've tried for, well, I've been in here almost a year now. No, it won't have been a year, about 8 months. And I've been trying to improve the audio with sound panels, and I am literally surrounded by sound panels that you can't see. But I think the important factor that I have neglected to change or consider has been the microphone. I've been using this. It's been a nice one. It's Shure, but I just think they're not ideal for situations like this. So I've upgraded to this rather, I don't know, rather large microphone. It seems to be the microphone of choice for YouTubers and podcasters. So I thought I'd invest in a better microphone to see if it is actually going to help with the sound. So yeah, I'll be switching between the two in this video. You can let me know in the comment section. And I've also set it to close because you can have a sort of close, a near and a far setting, and I'm just going to be messing around in the next few videos with the settings. So yeah, it's going to take some getting used to. Anyway, the Helm has arrived. Chad, who is a viewer, fantastic viewer and supporter of I Like Watches, he's a patron. He does all sorts of stuff to help me and the channel. And he gave me the Great Lakes t-shirt that you've probably seen. That gets a few comments, actually. And he has donated 3 watches to me to sell on my eBay store, which I've done, and then to donate the proceeds to charity. So Chad is an incredible guy. And he's been on the waiting list for a Helm, and he wasn't interested in buying it. So he got in touch and said, do you want to take my place? I've not been interested prior to this in reviewing Helm watches because, well, the waiting lists are massive. Some of the waiting lists are 4 years long, and I started this channel 3 years ago, and I don't know, it just sort of made me lose interest a little bit in the brand, knowing that I was just going to have to wait months and months to get one brand new or borrow one. I suppose I could have borrowed one. But anyway, Helm, interesting brand. They seem to be going along the same sort of route as Rolex. They are drip feeding watches into the market. I'm sure it's intentional. They're asking people to go on a wait list. They produce around 150 of each model each month. I've just added myself to the waiting list to a few other watches because I just figured, well, I've featured one on the channel. I might as well feature a few more in the future, the distant future. And yeah, you can check to see where you are on the waiting list. I'm 6,300 and something. And 150 a month, that's a wait of around 3.5 years. So in this video, I'm going to be unboxing this watch, taking a look and trying to decide whether or not it's worth going on the waiting list. The prices seem to be very, very good and all the reviews are incredibly favourable. So I suspect it is going to be well worth going on the waiting list because, well, you put your name down and then in 3 or 4 years' time you get an email saying, do you want a watch or not? You're not committed, you're not spending any money on it. So yeah, thank you, Chad, for giving me this opportunity. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this watch. So let's head over to the Lightbox. What do you think of the sound? Let me know in the comments section. Right, here we are then over at the Lightbox. I've moved both microphones over because, again, I'm curious to see what the difference is between the original microphone and the new one. And yeah, if all goes well, I'll be using both microphones at the desk and at the Lightbox. I'm looking forward to this. Yeah, let's get into it. There it is, the blue Khuraburi, I think that's how you say it, and it comes with a nylon strap, but also a stainless steel bracelet, and oh, actually, somewhere around here, hang on 1 second. Yep, here it is. Chad ordered me an additional rubber strap, and all of this cost $370 US, which I have now reimbursed Chad for. It's just a piece of card, I think, in there. Oh, that is, well, that's not silicone at all. It feels just like sort of standard rubber. I asked Chad to pick the colours that he wanted to see on the channel, and this is what he went for. The all blue and with white accents Khuraburi. Oh wow, that looks like quite a substantial diver. I'm getting very strong Zelos vibes. Helm and Zelos to me just seem to be quite similar brands. They produce watches in a very similar price bracket, and to some degree, they actually look quite similar. A lot of their watches are substantial, heavy divers, and that's exactly what this appears to be. So let's get the plastic off and have a good look. Right, yeah, all the plastic has been removed, but there's no double pushers on this buckle, so I guess it's just a sort of compression buckle. Okay, I wasn't expecting that actually. But yeah, seems nicely engineered and made. Very substantial. Right, let's put the bracelet on the watch, I think. Right, there we go. I've removed all the plastic, put some power into the NH35 and moved the hands, well, mostly out the way. Yeah, let's have a little fiddle with a bezel first. I've heard good things about Helm watch bezels. Here we go. I'm not going to lie, that is a little bit disappointing. The resistance is, yeah, I'd say fractionally higher than average. It's consistent all the way around, but the clicks are just sort of, well, very mechanical and I wouldn't say gritty, but they're not sort of crisp, high-pitched clicks, are they? Look, it's a dive bezel, I know, but I like to have a fiddle with dive bezels, and the really crisp clicking ones just seem to, I don't know, feel a bit nicer and sound nicer, that's for sure. Let's check out the alignment. Yeah, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? The alignment overall looks very, very good. I believe Helm watches tend to be made very, very nicely and come with very, very few quality control issues. So that's always reassuring, especially when you've waited 3.5 to 4 years for a watch. I like the applied indices. They're borderless, aren't they? Unless there is a white border with white loom filled inside. They've done a really nice job of that. Big chunky applied indices, big chunky hands, skeletonized hands at the base with a big slab of loom. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the loom, so let's get that done now. That is impressive, the hands and the applied indices, definitely stronger than the loom in the bezel insert, which I guess is to be expected. It's easier to put more loom in applied indices and on hands than it is on a bezel insert. But yeah, nicely loomed logo as well. That is pretty cool, very nice. Fantastic overall specifications as well. 300 meters of water resistance, all the good stuff. Drilled lugs, solid end links, solid links, screw pins. I'll resize it in a minute. Beautifully, fully brushed bracelet, solid links, beautifully brushed case as well. Look at that. Vertical brushing down the side and really interesting side profile with these sort of bulges on this case. It's quite a substantial diver. Even the bezel look is rather substantial. A piece of softly double domed sapphire crystal with AR coating. Yeah, the overall build specifications are very, very good. No complaints there whatsoever. Right, here it is then, set up for my roughly average 7.25 inch-ish wrist. Yeah, there's no denying it. It is a substantial 300-meter diver, very nicely made, very strong specifications. Am I seeing anything here to justify a 3.5 to 4 year waiting list? No, not really. There are other watches made by other micro brands that are equally nicely made, equally good value. This does represent good value, I've got to say. Yeah, so what are they doing different to everybody else? Well, they've just got a waiting list. I think that's all it is. The fact that they've got a waiting list and they're drip feeding watches out to the public keeps the second-hand prices high. And the fact that second-hand prices are high prompts people to then want a new one. So they go on the waiting list, and then it's just a perpetual cycle of people going onto the waiting list, which makes the second-hand prices even higher because people have got to wait even longer for one. And just the fact that you can't get one unless you wait for a number of years to get a new one makes people want one. We all want things that we can't have. So it's a pretty much identical strategy to Rolex, because if Rolex made an infinite number of watches, yeah, the second-hand market would crash, and yeah, people wouldn't go on a waiting list because there wouldn't be one, and we'd all just have as many Rolexes as we wanted, and they would then become less talked about and less desirable. So yes, a very nice brand, a very nice watch, incredible value, but worth waiting 3.5 to 4 years for. Well, not really, but I guess it doesn't really cost anything or take much effort. You just put your name down on the list and then make a decision in 3 or 4 years' time if you actually want one. I have subsequently put my name down on the waiting list for more of these watches because it would be nice to have a look at them. But yeah, I'm not planning to keep this one. I'll offer it back to Chad if he wants to buy this one back off me. Then obviously he's more than welcome to. If not, it will probably go on my eBay store, and I won't be asking for a premium for it. I will literally just ask for my money back. People are trying to sell these watches over cost, and I'm not planning to do that, although I will need to take into account things like import taxes and all that sort of stuff. The watch was $370 US, and there's eBay fees as well, so I'll try and break even on it, but if I take a bit of a loss, no big deal. Nice to have one on the channel. Right, guys, let me know what you think in the comments section. Right, I've enjoyed this. New microphones made a bit of a difference, I think. Although I am worried Chris is going to superimpose a picture of something over the microphone in the introduction, because I was stroking it in a rather suggestive way at the beginning of the video. So I've got a sneaky feeling I'm going to get a meme or a video of some inappropriate image right in front of my face. All right, guys, I'll let you know if that happens. See you again soon, guys. Thanks for watching.